This game is not suitable for children or the easily disturbed. It includes depictions of horror elements, human/animal violence and death, abusive slash ab- ab- wait, what? Abusive relationships, disturbing images, loud noises, flashing images, lights, and more. Individuals suffering from anxiety, depression, or certain fears/phobias may not have a safe experience playing this game. For a full list of trigger warnings, go to the About section of the game menu. Dang. This game looks pretty. Please take care of yourself. I heard there's 40 endings to this shit. And when you look at it firsthand right here, you wouldn't expect it to be a game like that. You're not having a great day, as usual. Are we in a car? Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you feel like going out. But the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. Typical, but maybe this is just a sign that you should have stayed home today. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow. Right? You turn to head home when... Huh? What was that? There are only a few people around on the street. Makes sense. What the heck is that? Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. Well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. None of them react to the sound at all? Missing person around this area. Cat meows. Nobody else reacts to the sound. It's a spirit. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alleyway and walk forward. The ground dampened by the rain makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the cold, dim light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh? Guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its paws on the edge of the box and looks up at you. Ah! So cute! And it definitely knows it. You never had much of an opinion one way or another about cats before, but if they're all like this one, it's a shock they haven't already found a way to rule the world. Yeah, I've never owned a cat, but I'm a bit of a cat person myself. You don't think you'd mind bowing down to a feline overlord? You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyway? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? The cat doesn't answer. Oh, well, it's a cat. I don't expect it to talk. Obviously. Yeah, like what? It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you, as if waiting for you to make the next move. Don't take it home. Take it home. Don't take it home. Take it home. Should I not take it home the first time around? I'm gonna take it home the first time around. You know what? You reach into the box, pick the cat up, holding it out in front of you. Why not? Cat distribution system. You're all alone, and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so you bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. Ooh, okay. You think a little while will probably be more like a day. You'd be responsible and take it to a shelter tomorrow, but for now, let's get you out the rain, okay? Meow. You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. One you living alone in it. Wait. Yeah, one you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long. Even if it is just a cat. The music is throwing me off. It's distracting me from reading, but let's do it. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. I'm turning that down. Can I turn it off? I don't know if I like that. I need silence. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making the both of you some dinner. Yeah, let's make it quieter. I can turn it up a little bit more. Just a little bit. You take out the can of cat food and open it with the tab on the top. You put some cat food on a saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. Man, you better eat this. You try not to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat after all. I'll just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough of thanks for you. It follows you into the kitchen as you start on your own dinner. It's gonna want my dinner, ain't it? You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Bread toasted, mayo mustard spread, turkey and cheese and lettuce perfectly placed. Tomato sauce. Ow! You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Stupid! You feel a little embarrassed for such a blunder inside, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops onto the counter. It sniffs the knife and meows, almost pointedly at you. Heh. Don't worry, I'm alright. It was just an... You watch as the cat starts to lick lightly but enthusiastically at the blood on the knife. At your blood. You're so shocked that by the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely licked clean. It's gonna come from my finger next. The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators, but that was a little weird. Exactly. Right? Yes. Sure, you're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do. Right? Meow. Well, regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while still running as shit. Not after all your efforts. You were going to take it to a shelter tomorrow anyway. What's one night of awkwardness? I guess. Weird or not, it's just a cat. I think I actually heard some. Well, I've never seen anything about. Actually, yes, I have. There's like a couple of stories where people have like unfortunately passed on and their animals like eat them. Literally, they've eventually run out of food and eventually like the owner is the only thing that's left, so they just go to town on the owner. The rest of the evening unfortunately goes down here from there. Even after covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound while you're eating your sandwich. Oh, that would have threw me all the way off. A stray cat licking my hand while I'm trying to eat. Hand-eating food. Hand food. While you're cleaning up the kitchen. While you're trying to watch TV. You gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at the strange behavior. What if it's got a taste for blood and thinks you're food now? You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner, untouched. Meow. Meow. Come on, enough already. You shove it away a little more forcefully this time, out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the counter and into the hall. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. Maybe a vet would have an idea of how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have any other options left other than tossing the cat out in the rain. I mean, on one hand, the cat already knows where we live, and on the other hand, we'd be done with it immediately. After finding the number of a local vet, you pick up your landline and the lights just went out. Great, just great. Ray must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find that it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving out earlier. The outing has seemed so spur off the moment that it had no doubt messed with your usual routine. You got the flashlight and turn it on. It's quiet. Too quiet. Did the rain stop? But then, why did the power go out? You look outside. The sky is pitch black. What time is it? You turn to check the clock. The cat sits on top of your digital clock staring at you, thinking now you realize the clock shouldn't be working at all with that power outage, but the numbers are lit up. Something else lit up too, look like. What is that, kill and HE double hockey sticks? And going completely haywire. The cat stares at you. It's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking, not even breathing, but its eyes. This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all. But as soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Those eyes hold you still, even with your flashlight trained on it. Its pupils are large, round, inky. The flashlight flickers. Oh boy, I low-key want to put my computer down. I should have streamed this. And the cat is gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence, punctuated with the rapid pumping of blood in your heart, is overwritten as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How's the clock working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters at the moment, but you feel as if the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. That order will be restored, but no answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feel as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in response, like a predator prepared to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever is watching you, you can only feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this, but you can sense it as clearly as if it had whispered. Oh no, no, no. Right into your ear. Right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could even if it did. You can't stay here. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awakens within you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action. But you're still weak from the fierce grip on your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in your haste, and you fall to the ground. Ouch! A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. It placed the knife down. It broke the knife apart, and at first you think you've broken your ankle. But something warm and wet trickles down your leg, the length of your foot pooling underneath it. You hear a sound of metal scrapings on tiles after skidding across the floor as if it had been kicked. The thing is going to be like a human or something, like a cattish, humanoid demon thing. Winded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming in from outside. The light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what in regards to your inexplicably open door screech to halt. As your brain finally identifies the metallic object you've been staring at, it's your kitchen knife, and still tinted red from your earlier blunder? No, it's not, but that's not right. Wasn't it completely lit clean by the... You gulp dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor to be stepped on, instead of resting on your cupboard cutting board in the kitchen where you left it. Oh, there go the eyes. Oh my goodness. You spot something in the darkness just beyond the knife. It spies right back at you. A pair of glowing eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light of your doorway. It pads lightly over to the knife as if skipping in delight, and bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. Your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breaths discordant against the static now piercing your skull. The dryness on your tongue spreading to your throat. Oh wow. The incomprehensible sight of the stray you'd taken in, licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from fresh wound on your foot. Blood? Now it's about to go to the foot. Please stay at the puddle so I can run. The golden eyes slide up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding! The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if just considering the act of pouncing forward. Oh no, but you're already on your feet and out the door. Good. You run, or rather limp down the empty street. It's gonna be all in our head, or like we're gonna be in some sort of like abyss or something. I don't know. The sky is black and bleeding red, but there's a strange light emanating from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you. Or maybe it's blood loss. Everything except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints your injured foot leaves in your wake with every impact it makes with the ground. It hurts, but you just can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running, because if that's the cat right there ahead of you, then who's behind you? What in the world is behind you? Look behind you, keep running. Let's see. Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. Ending 0, it begins. Something happened, you think. Anyway, you can't really remember what. Oh, okay. The loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softens your steps. Meow, meow. Is that different dialogue? I can't tell. I can't remember. It's a cat. Okay, this time we're gonna do all that, but like, not gonna look behind us. We're gonna keep running. Familiar. I knew it was different, right? Meow. Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one sure is a cutie though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you or for getting this close like the other stray cats have in the past. Just sitting there waiting patiently. Waiting for you to do something. Don't take it home. Take cat home, don't take it home. Let's not take it home. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. Meow. You are. With rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food to survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You could barely afford this little outing on your day off. Sorry. What to do? Leave cat, feed cat. On second thought, we're gonna leave it. Sorry, bye. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hopes up of having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit? What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? I think it already did. Sorry, see you around, I guess. You stand up at the cat watching your every move. You make it halfway out the alleyway when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. You ignore. No, nope. You need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. It's what's best for both of you. You leave the alleyway and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all the excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma, you've forgotten that you still hadn't decided on what you were going to do for your day off. Go watch a movie, go carnival, go to dog park, yeah, go to the dog park, yeah. You decide to well, we don't have a dog, so that was probably pointless. You decide to take a stroll in a park or something. The only one within walking distance is a nearby dog park. You think it'll make you feel better. First, you got to see a cute cat today, and now you get to see a cute dog. Several of them, in fact. The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions, playing frisbee, fetch, running, jumping, even napping. Such cuties, whatever. Like you'd want anything to do with these mangy mutts. This is the cat invading our mind. What's wrong? You didn't think that. You decided to move on. The dogs are so adorable. You want to pet every single one you come across. But you know, not all the owners are cool with strangers just walking up and manhandling their pets. Not all dogs appreciate it either. So you stroll down around the path, trying to exude a welcoming aura that will beckon one of these cute doggies to you. You don't have to wait very long. Bark. Oh! You stop as the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen scampers up to you, blocking your path. Leave the park, kick it, kill it, eat. What? What are these options? I'm not gonna eat the dog, and I'm not gonna pick it up either. We can't just pet it. Let's pick it up. Ah! Terrified, you drop the puppy to the ground. practically throwing it from you. You immediately feel horrible wincing and guilt at the tiny yelp it releases upon hitting the ground. The owner's about to come and slap us in the face. The owner shoves you aside with a cutting glare and storms away with their puppy. I'm sorry, you call out, but they don't turn back or respond. Not that you expected them to. You deserved it. I don't know about that. I don't like the way it looked at me. Why would we kill the dog? You're not feeling so great about being at the park at the moment. Maybe you should leave? Leave the park. No, let's stay in the park. You stay at the park. You try to calm down by watching all the dogs from afar as you walk along the path, but ever so often one will run up to you. And when they do, they look wrong. Their owners don't seem to notice. You find a bench and sit down for a quick break, closing your eyes. Maybe this wasn't the best idea after all. Maybe... Oh, ew. You should have stayed with me instead. Ow. You've broken out of your thoughts when something lands gently on your lap. You look down and see a frisbee on your thighs. Hey, sorry about that. Can you throw that back? You look up to see an owner waving at you in the distance. But more important, I'm not gonna do anything. Oh. A series of excited barks jerks your gaze forward and you see a large dog sprinting towards you. Watch the only options be like kick. Oh. Large dog sprinting towards you. Hey, hurry and throw it back. Leave. Throw it. You throw the frisbee and the dog runs in the opposite direction, jumping and catching it right out the air. Impressive. The dog and the owner walk up to you. Thanks for that. You can pet him if I'm okay. I'm good. I'm straight. It's so close. The dog looks up at you, eager for its reward of pets and pats for catching the frisbee. Should I? No. Leave. Pet dog. The cat want me to leave so bad. No, I'm gonna pet it. Really? Are you sure? I'm warning you. Do not touch that mutt. You will regret it. Pet the dog. You reach out your hand, it's gonna bite my hand. You pet the dog. Arf, arf. The dog seems pleased. You don't feel well. Suddenly, the sky begins to darken rapidly. You look up along with all the pet owners to see that the sun has been eclipsed by the moon in the blink of an eye. You vaguely remember that you should never look directly at an eclipse, but for some reason, you don't remember. Whoa! The loud piercing yowl fills the air, shaking the ground beneath you. You instinctively move to lift your hands in order to shield your ears, but... What? The hand that had been cautiously pressed upon the dog's head comes away with some resistance. Resistance like a sticky slime almost cementing your hand to the dog's head. The slime stretches with your movement. The dog head stretches with it too, as the canine begins to just melt. Bro, you got superpowers? It melts, until it becomes a pile of goo at your feet. You dazedly look around for the dog's owner only to find an empty pile of familiar clothes where they once stood. You see similar piles of clothes next to piles of goo scattered all across the park's open field. All the dogs, all their owners. The melted goo of the dog in front of you then just starts to move with a shudder. That kind of looked like the cat's eye right there. It slithers across the grass toward the field in the center of the park. All the other piles of goo following after it. It's gonna turn into the cat. They mix and meld together into a singular entity that shifts and undulates, it bulges and grows. You watch in dazed horror as it then fills out and shapes itself. Oh my! To a behemoth of a dog, snarling and frothing at the mouth, red eyes frantic and searching. Before the glowing orbs land directly on you, the rumbling growl it emits is so low and deep you can feel the sound of it crash into you. I guess so. That's the only option. No. You had your chance. Wait, I gotta run? You try to run, but you're not fast enough. The behemoth barely takes a few steps before it's already towering over you. Ow. Ow again. It tears you apart until there's nothing left. Ending 21, dog person. We went from 0 to 21. Okay. We're gonna keep avoiding the cat. Leave it, sorry. Bye. Watch a movie. Go to the carnival. Let's go to the carnival. Did it say go back? I didn't even read that other option. You spin. Let's go back. Go to. Oh no, it said go to Dog Park. Okay, go to carnival. You spend the day at the carnival. Ferris wheel, roller coaster, pharaoh boat. Rides you've been on before. Hoops, coin toss, balloon, darts. Games you've played before. Funnel cake, popcorn, cotton candy. Food you've eaten before. All the things you've enjoyed before. You're surrounded by groups of people all having fun together. Laughing, playing, eating, taking pictures, making memories. And then there's you, by yourself. The sun hasn't started to set yet, still high in the sky, but it will soon. You start to wonder if maybe you should just go home for the day. When you stop in your tracks, you see something. I'm not going in the mirror maze. No. An attraction that you've never seen before. A maze of funhouse mirrors. It sounds kind of lame, honestly. There isn't even a line to get in. Oh, no line? Bad. But then, what else is there to do? Let's enter the maze. You enter the maze. A few rooms in, and you notice that the mirrors aren't all weird. Some just show you looking back at yourself. A little bored, a lot tired, and so very, very... Huh? Maybe this was a mistake. Why did you think of going into a maze of mirrors was a good idea, even if it was something new to experience? I can't do this today. You're gonna have to find your way out. You turn around to head back the way you came. Ow, only to bump into a mirror. Ow, what the? Where's the exit? When you leave, you realize there was never a mirror this whole time. It was something else. You try again to only find a mirror blocking your way. By the time you're all turned around, you realize that the way you came in is completely gone. Okay, don't panic. I just have to keep going forward, right? You step through the only opening. Man, I would be No, I wouldn't. I would never enter one of these. You step through the only opening you can find and nearly trip over something on the ground. A knife? You bend down and pick it up. What's this doing here? Your hands rest on a worn-looking flashlight. Curious, you flick it on. Everything else is gonna go dark. The light doesn't even look very... Crap, the lights. Did the power go out, or did the attraction operator forget you were in there? Help! Help! Turn the lights back on! How long have you been in here, actually? You pull out your phone to check the time or maybe call the police. Your phone is dead. You keep the flashlight in your hand. The light it emitted earlier was dim enough for you to know that there's probably not that much juice left. Best to reserve it for a worst-case scenario and feel your way out. Yeah, you can do this. You take a calming breath. Well, forward we go. Hello, darling adventurer. Who said that? Welcome to the Mirror Maze. Would you like to know how to navigate the maze? I don't even know you. No, but I have some questions. Oh, okay. No need to get snippy. Let's begin then. 3, 2, 1. Go! Left, center, right, stay. Left, center, right, stay. Left, center, right, stay. Center. Ouch. Ow. Not that way. Okay, next room. Center. Okay, center's not the way. Oh, we gotta go. Okay. Gotcha. Just wait. I think something just changed. That's new. Ouch. Suddenly, the lights turn on. Your eyes burn from the sudden brightness. As your vision adjusts, you see that you're completely surrounded by mirrors. The reflection, all grotesque in unique ways. Ooh, look nothing like you. Oh, dude. But they do look like they do look hungry. You back up. You don't even know where to go. Was there even a way out to begin with? You bump back into a mirror. You feel a hand firmly grip your shoulder. Chomp. Gah. There's a sharp pain in your other shoulder. You rip away, looking back to see something leaning out of the mirror. Its face has no features except the mouth, save for a large gaping mouth, stained by your blood. He just took our entire shoulder? Looking around in panic, you think that the mirrors feel closer than before. The path you come in from is long gone. You surrounded, and every time you blink, you could swear the mirrors were getting closer. Oh, weeping angel. And closer, and closer. Your horrified reflections look hungrier, and hungrier, and hungrier. Ending 20, you failed the maze. Okay, well, let's try that again. Go. Ugh, I didn't even see. Left again? I can't go. Do I go in the center? I can't tell. It's taking a minute. Should we leave already? You see it, the exit. You run forward, but as you do, the scenery shifts. So we can still dizzyly. Just slightly at first. But you're running too fast to stop yourself from colliding into the glass. Except you don't quite go into the glass. You don't exactly collide with it either. You simply pass through it. And on the other side you see an endless white void and... Whoa. Yourself? Dozens of you. Hundreds of you wandering around. Aimless, faceless, and empty. So emptiness and listless, they don't even acknowledge your presence. You try to turn back, but the glass doesn't give. Past the glass is the cat we left. A familiar black cat walks up and looks at you. You think it meows at you, but you can't make out the sound. It tilts its head, then walks away. The glass goes dark. Are we stuck in the maze? Then you watch helplessly as it disappears completely. You're trapped, with only yourself as company. Ending 19, you beat the maze. Wow, okay. This time we're gonna go to the carnival and do something else. There's gotta be a better way to spend your day off than wandering around staring at weird mirrors. Whoa. Now what? I guess we'll go watch a movie. It's been a while since a film came out that looked interesting enough for you to drag yourself to a movie theater. But there's a showing of one such film at the old theater. The movie was a little too niche to be picked up by the new cinema that opened right across the street. It's okay though, you're not exactly a fan of the crowds, so you should be. And nothing ruins the experience of watching a new movie for you more than a noisy audience. So that is also true. Go to new cinema. Go to the new cinema first. You don't know why, but you don't feel really great about the idea of being alone right now. Deciding to wait for the movie you'd been anticipating to be available on DVD or streaming, you join the long line outside the new cinema. By the time you reach the ticket booth, you just want to get inside. So you pick a movie at random and take your ticket from the tired-looking teenage manning the booth. The decor is chic and sleek, and the inside is bustling with people. It's not what you're usually into, but it's kind of nice not being alone, even if you feel a little lonely watching families and groups of friends laughing among themselves. You get some popcorn, but the lines at the concession stands are long and prices are criminal anyway. You go through the halls, we're gonna end up being alone anyway, and follow the signs to the theater designated on your ticket before heading inside. Sigh. You sigh at the sight of the absolutely crowded theater. You head toward a seat only to be told by the person next it was being saved for someone. And this happens a few more times before you finally manage to get yourself settled into a seat annoyingly off-center to the screen. But the screen is at least visible, if not a little too close, so you grit your teeth and bear it. The lights fade out, but the chatter doesn't. The rest of the audience seems content to talk through the commercials and even through the trailers. You figure the chatter will stop when the movie actually begins, but it doesn't get even slightly quieter as the opening scene starts to play out. You sigh out loud, not thinking anyone would hear you anyway. This is why you avoid movie theaters like the plague. It's gonna be the cat on the screen. Oh! Suddenly the screen changes, showing the face of a black cat. A familiar black cat. Confused murmurs fill the room, but then the cat on the screen meows. The sound is strange and not at all like any cat should sound. Haunting, almost melodic, and layered as if made of multiple voices of different creatures. Creatures that would probably never say, "Yeah, I got it." You sit in confusion, wondering why you haven't already gotten up and left to complain to the cinema staff. But then you hear it. It's scattered and dissonant at first, but among the crowd, people start to chant along with the cat on the screen. Soon the entire room is chanting in perfect unison, everyone staring intently at the cat on the screen. You're feeling strangely drawn to the screen yourself. But the compulsion to stare blankly like the others isn't that strong. For now. Also, you start to notice out of the corner of your eye that some of the people in your immediate vicinity are looking at you. No. They're outright staring holes into you, even as they continue chanting. Oh no, they don't miss a beat as they slowly begin to frown at you in blatant disapproval. Oh, their scowls deepen as time goes on, as if they're getting impatient. Try to leave the theater, try to blend in. Blend in or leave? Y'all gonna have to catch me. This is too weird. I need to get out of here. Gathering your courage, or perhaps putting your fear to use, you stand up, fully intending to leave the theater. When everything comes to an abrupt stop, all the chanting stops, even the cat chanting on the screen. You tense and risk a glance around the theater. They're all staring at you. Every single one of them. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. You swallow, throat suddenly dry, even though a nervous sweat completely soaks through your clothes. You highly doubt that sitting back down will fix the situation. Your legs are shaking under the audience's unnaturally intense scrutiny, but you force yourself to step forward and forward and forward until you finally reach the end of the aisle. You feel their collective gaze even worse on the staircase. All their heads have turned uncomfortably to the left to look directly at you. The screen illuminates their faces, making clear their blank scowls. They seem even more upset than they had been minutes ago, identical frown lines digging between their brows. You keep going, heavy atmosphere becoming more and more oppressive with each step. You're so tense with anticipation that you fully expect someone to grab you from behind. But no one does. You don't hear any of them even get up. You exit the theater holding your breath as the doors close behind you. Oh, you briskly walk through the halls, putting as much distance as possible between you and that theater full of people. Finally reaching the lobby, you just barely manage to catch yourself from falling to the floor as you gulp in huge gasps of air. Pant, pant, pant. You expect to feel relief as your breathing calms, but you feel a lingering sense of dread that only spikes once you finally notice it, as well as its source. You look up, and your stomach sinks. Everybody's looking at him or the cat is there. Oh, brother. Oh, oh. All the people in the lobby area of the movie theater, everyone in line at the concession stand, all of them are staring at you, and they look even angrier than the people in the theater. You don't hesitate this time. You duck your head, avoiding eye contact, and leave the cinema. Oh, dude! You ignore the glares of everyone in ticket booths and the lines leading to them. You make your way home. Oh, wherever you dare look up at someone on the way, you flinch at the blatant anger, fury, and disgust on their face. You think you started to hear a faint sound of cats meowing behind you, or maybe a kitten's. Doesn't matter, you just want to go home. Oh my gosh. You reach your front door and fumble with the keys, cowering from the look of pure hatred in your neighbor's face as he stares at you from his door. It's gonna be people in my house. Finally, you get inside your apartment, lock all the locks on the door, and slide down with your back against it till you're sitting on the floor. You allow yourself a moment to breathe. Now home, your heartbeat calms and your fear slowly bleeds from you, leaving you feeling strangely empty. Oh, brother. Oh, okay. You pass the kitchen, head to your room, and slip under the covers. You should have checked the house first, trying to fall asleep, and close the blinds. Maybe it's all just a bad dream. When he wakes up, as you fall into a fitful sleep, sure to be full of nightmares and glaring eyes, you try to ignore the ever-increasing sound of cats meowing and yodeling in distance outside your apartment. Ending 7, The Black Sheep. Okay, this time let's try to blend in. Movie. New. Oh. Thinking fast, you look to the screen and begin to chant in tandem with the crowd. Nya, 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 You feel the harshness of their collective gaze start to ebb away. In the air, the theater becoming lighter once again. Yeah. Oh, that's them, not me. You release air cheekily, just realizing that you've been holding your breath earlier. You feel stuck. Surely you can't just up and leave now. Not after whatever all that was. The people around you all seem fine now, but there's no telling if they'd get aggressive at you or for even moving too much. Never mind outright getting up and leaving. You decide to let this run its course. Hopefully someone will come along, right? Or at least turn the film off. You continue to chant along with everyone else. You start to feel lightheaded. You feel as if you could fall asleep, but your eyes don't feel heavy in the slightest. You try to look around and gauge at the other's emotional state, but you can't seem to look away from the screen. You try again, but you're still locked into eye contact with the cat on screen. Yeah. You attempt to physically force your line of vision away. You steel your nerves, ready to throw yourself to the ground if you need to, but your body only gets as far as tensing for a moment before completely loosening itself again, making you lay back limply into your seat. You think you should be panicking right now, but even your brain feels limp. Your thoughts are vaguely muted past pink, airy, sickening sweet, and loosely spun, like cotton candy. You like cotton candy. You think you shouldn't mind your thoughts and body being like cotton candy either. So, why get up and ruin that? It's nice here. You're more at peace than you've ever felt before in such a crowded room. Still chanting, you've never felt so aligned and in tune with another person, let alone with an entire room of complete strangers. You're not alone. Out of the corner of your eye, the person next to you starts to sink back even farther into their chair. They sink more, then they sink more. Then more. Not like they're slouching or reclining, but more like they're, deflating. Their skin bunches up with wrinkles like fabric, as if their muscles, their bones, have started to disintegrate. Eyes dim before sinking into their sockets. Their mouth sealed to the chant falls open a gut. No! Gaping, the word ends an awful hiss, a final weak release of air. You muse thoughtfully about whether or not you should be distressed at the sight. But even then, the blanket of peace doesn't leave you. Suddenly, from the pile of skin and clothes next to you, you see a lump moving around. You watch in dazed fascination as the lump makes its way to the part of the skin where the head used to be. And the mouth crawls a tiny black kitten. Nya, 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 ah, 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 ah. You hear the familiar hissing sound all around you as the unified chant starts to fade, only to be replaced with the faint mewling of kittens. They all turn to the black cat. Finally, your voice is the only one still chanting, still human, and alone. Again, you don't want that. You can't go back to that. Not again. Not again. Please. Just then, you go completely limp. Your body feels light, but it might as well weigh several tons, because you realize quite suddenly that you can't move, not an inch. You can't shift your eyes to look around. You can't even breathe. But somehow, the chant continues to creak weakly from your mouth. Nya, 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 ah, 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 ah. A few kittens come forward and perch themselves on the chairs around you, watching your sinking body, mewling as they wait for their youngest sibling to emerge. From you, dozens of glowing eyes peer down at you. As your eyes start to cave into the sockets of your softening skull, you manage to make out the silhouette of a familiar cat perching on the seat right in front of you. Your vision finally fades, and as that same hiss of air expels itself from your mouth, the last thing you sense is something small and alive shifting eagerly under your skin. Happy birthday. Oh, it was his birthday? Let's see how many endings I got so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 4 more. Continue. This time we're going to go to the old theater. You eagerly buy your ticket from the kind old man in the booth and head inside. It's barren of any trace of other people, and the decor looks like it hasn't changed since the 80s. Maybe even the 70s. But it's what you were counting on. You consider buying some popcorn, but can't help but be concerned that everything at the concession stand might be expired. I would hope not. I mean, it's old, but it's still open for business. They could at least update food. You move on and walk through unless this is an abandoned one that we just didn't pick up on that. You move on and walk through the halls, finally locating the theater designated on your ticket stub. This one's kind of pretty. As expected, the theater your movie will be playing in is completely empty. Perfect. You pick a spot right in the middle, even counting the seats and taking into consideration the gap of the staircase. As you settle in, the dim lights fade away, leaving the room pitch black for a few seconds. Before the screen flickers on, no commercials or trailers pop up, the movie just begins. Pleased, you shrug and let yourself get immersed in the opening scene. But just as you're getting into the premise, the doors open behind you, momentarily casting a light into the room and ruining the atmosphere. You hold in a frustrated sigh. It's a public establishment after all. The place can't exactly afford to stay open if you're the only customer. You try to refocus on the movie, but you sense the new presence slowly shifting around the theater before heading in your general direction. What? Oh my gosh, right in front of me though? You gape in utter disbelief as the stranger shuffles down the aisle, only to sit right in front of you. There's no one else here and plenty of places to sit. The stranger is also unusually tall. Even with the stadium-like arrangement of the seats being on a somewhat steep incline, they're completely blocking your view. Move to another spot. Confront. Let's move to another spot. You don't want to risk escalating the situation further. This whole thing is already making you uneasy. Why would they choose to sit right in front of you? Surely they know you wouldn't be able to see past them. Right, you know you big. Shaking your head with passive-aggressive scoff in the stranger's direction. You reluctantly picked another less perfect seat in the theater. But as you settle down, you see the strange person get up, only to once again sit in the seat directly in front of you, now confronting him. You look around, somewhat helplessly, as if waiting for someone to suddenly agree with you about how odd all of this is, or to at least inform you that it's all an elaborate prank. But there's no one else here with you. That's how you've always liked it, but you can't help but think that maybe it would be nice to have someone else here if it meant not being alone with this weird jerk. Move to another spot. Should we move again? Let's move one more time. You move again. And again, they sit right in front of you. You bristle, annoyed, and a little humiliated. Are they just getting a kick out of this or something? You've wasted enough time with this jerk that you don't even know what's going on in the movie anymore. Hey, bro. You hate confrontation. You can already feel your palms starting to sweat at the idea of it. Yeah, I paid for this ticket. Your throat closing up and your body's starting to shake. You've always been more of a flighter than a fighter. But you paid for this ticket, exactly. You wanted to watch this movie for ages. And now this total stranger has ruined the entire experience for you. You're all alone in this theater. There's no one who will help you if something goes wrong. But you're angry enough that you ignore the signs of your body begging you to put as much distance as you can between yourself and this stranger. You stand up, even standing higher up on the incline. The stranger is still at least a head taller than you. Damn, maybe we shouldn't have confronted him. The movie continues to play in the background, but you feel as if a hush immediately falls over the theater at your movement, as if you can sense the stranger anticipating what you'll plan to do next. You square up your shoulders and force a little bass in your voice. Hey! The effort makes your words come out more harshly than you intended, like a sudden and vicious bark. Oh, so was that wasn't my headphones? Or that was my headphones? Was it? Let me go back. Oh, okay. A dog barked like at the exact same time that I said it, or right after at least. Anyway, but you figure they deserve it anyway. You're being a real jerk. You being a real jerk, you know that? Just what are you playing at, huh? Are you trying to piss me off? You. Oh, that's okay. The silence that follows your words is deafening. So much so that you glance at the screen only to find that the movie has paused. Your attention ripped back to the stranger in front of you as they shift slightly. Like a small animal trying desperately to anticipate the moves of a predator. You don't move an inch. You don't look away. You don't dare to blink. Oh, instead your eyes widen as the person's head turns. Then turns some more. Then turns more, beyond what should be possible, neck bones cracking, to face you directly. How did they let him be here? Ah, you can't move. Wide, glowing eyes resting above a wider grin mouth gaze down at you. The stranger opens their mouth and what comes out is something impossible to comprehend. Oh, the voice is endlessly deep and creaks a weighty door, foreboding and oddly melodic, alluring, but also snaps you out of your terrified trance, and before you know it, you're already out the door. You run through the halls of the empty theater heading for the exit. You feel something watching you from behind, but you're afraid to look. Yeah, we're not looking. The exit now in sight. You sprint forward and burst through the doors. You look around frantically and spot the crowded cinema across the street. People, that's what you need. Safety and numbers and all that. Without making you rush into the street, when a sinking sensation crawls down your spine, compelling you to look behind you. Go to the cinema, don't look behind you. Let's look at it. Despite your resistance, you feel your head turning to look back of its own accord. While in the middle of the street, you catch a glimpse of a grotesque-looking person standing behind the glass doors of the old theater, watching you intensely, cradling something in their arms. Something familiar. But we get hit by a car. Ouch. A glimpse is all you get, as the truck speeds forward and crashes into your body. You're killed on impact, your body splattered across the road and crushed further under the heavy tires. Ending 6. Poor screening arrangements. Oh, I forgot to see how many endings I got. I think I'm at 7. Let's go watch a movie. Old. Move. Move. Leave. This is too weird. Feeling uncomfortable, you decide to leave the theater. There's still enough time left in the day to do something else. Now what? Oh, that's it? What if I go back? Oh, see it. Okay. Well, I did everything at the new one, did everything at the old one. Go watch a movie. Okay, yeah, alright. Let's go to the dog park again then. Yep. Kick the puppy, kill the puppy, eat the puppy. Let's pick it up and like not drop it this time. You just barely managed to rein in the reflex to throw the puppy as far away from you as possible. With shaky hands, you quickly place the puppy on the grass and take several jerky steps back. The owner seems confused by reaction to their puppy, but you just wave at them in a daze before hastily stumbling away. You're not feeling so great about being at the park at the moment. Maybe you should leave. Let's leave. Ooh, good. I think let's go back to the dog park then. Leave. Let's kick it. What? It's just a puppy. There's no way I would ever do that. Kill it. No, that's horrible. There's no way I would ever do that. Eat it. That's disgusting. I think I'm going to be sick. There's no way I would ever do that. I mean, what else do you want me to do? Like, let's hold on. I just realized it gave me a timer. Let's go back. What is it gonna do if I don't complete it in the timer in time? 3, 2, 1. Ah. Terrify. Oh, it drops it anyway. Oh no. Hold on. It just drops it anyway. Let's stay. Next option. Leave, leave, leave. Oh, snap. Hey, give me that. The dog suddenly bounds at you, angry, ferocious. Tears the limbs from your body? Was that real? You're not feeling so great about being at the park at the moment. Maybe you should leave. Let's stay. You stay at the park. You try to calm down by watching all the dogs from afar as you walk along the path. But ever so often, one will run up to you. They all look wrong. Skip. Good, and don't come back. I mean, like, what you want me? I think I did all the options. Like, I don't know. Oh, I can't believe I forgot about this. Go watch a movie. Skip. Old theater. Skip. Confront the stranger. Skip. Refusing to even risk a peek over your shoulder, you rush across the street to the new cinema theater. You didn't realize that it felt like you've been surrounded by some kind of dreadful pressure. Until it very suddenly vanishes, leaving you feeling more than a little shaken. But at least breathing comes easier. You think it's within your best interest to repress everything that just happened. Yeah. Deciding to wait for the movie you've been anticipating to be available on DVD or streaming. You join a long line in the new cinema. By the time you reach the ticket booth, you just want to get inside. Okay. Let's not take it home. Let's feed the cat. The cat must be hungry, right? You can't imagine what it's had such wait. You can't imagine that it's had much to eat if it's so attached to the box it's in. Though it doesn't exactly seem malnourished either. Surely it must have left the box to search for food then. For some reason, something in the back of your mind tells you that it's not the case, and not to think any further. Well, either way, you can't exactly enjoy your day out knowing you left behind a hungry cat. Especially when you could have just done something to help. So, what to do about the hungry kitty? Check pockets, look around the area. What's the question mark? Not yet. So, what do you, oh, okay. Check pockets. You dig into your pockets, we're gonna get a paper cut, the cat's gonna eat our finger. Far too short. And an eager and excited cat leaping forward could easily lead to getting bitten or scratched. In your right pocket, a bar of chocolate. You found a chocolate bar? Is it? Nope, it's not even expired. How do you just forget you got a chocolate? Well, I guess he didn't forget, he just noticed or remembered that, whatever. Quite the find indeed. You're about to offer it to the cat. And when suddenly you're hit with guilt as you remember something gut-curling. Chocolate is toxic to cats. Oh my gosh, you resist the urge to vomit at your near mistake. You feel so guilty, you throw the chocolate bar away into a nearby trash bin. An almost cat killer doesn't deserve chocolate. You go back to the cat, barely able to stand its innocently oblivious expression. Meow? It doesn't even know that you almost... I'm so sorry. I don't even know what to say. You're a horrible person. You know what? Stay here. I'll be right back. You leave the alley. You return with a whole fish you brought at a nearby grocery shop. It was a bit pricey, but it was the least you could do. The cat eagerly accepts your offering, munching happily at the fish after you'd placed it in the box. You want to smile at the sight, but you just feel so awful. Sorry again. The cat seemingly pays you no mind as you slip back out the alleyway. Not feeling like you deserve a peaceful day out, you decide to just head back home. Ooh. On the way home, you notice more cats than usual, watching you from their hiding spots. But you try not to think about it. You can't help but wonder if they know what you've nearly done. But it's not like you meant to hurt anyone. Right? You finally reach your apartment building. You're about to unlock the door when... You look behind you only to see dozens of cats standing there, looking at you. Did they see you feeding the cat in the alley and thought that you had more food for all of them? I'm sorry. I don't have any more food for you. None of them move an inch. You're just starting to feel a little unnerved when finally a single cat pushes its way to the front and Oh, it's you. Oh, it's held carefully between its teeth is the chocolate bar you had thrown away earlier. It places the chocolate bar down in front of it before looking back up at you. All the cats look up at you. You can feel their judgment. You feel your sins weighing down heavily on your back. But without the money to buy enough food for all of them, you don't know what to do. Beg for forgiveness. Go inside. Let's go inside. First, you decide to cut your losses and head inside. Your sins weigh down on you, but you're only human. What more can you do? Jeez. You try to ignore the yowling of the neighborhood cats as you go about your chores. You consider preparing dinner, but how could you enjoy it knowing how hungry those poor cats outside are? The ones you've wronged. You decide to take a bath and go straight to bed without dinner. A fitting punishment for someone like you. You forego the fancy bath bubbles because you don't deserve them and sink into the water with a sigh. Your mind races, but you can't really think of any immediate solution that doesn't require more money. You wish there was anything you could do to make things right. Suddenly, your legs start to feel really itchy. You try to lift one to see what's going on, but what rises out of the water isn't a pair of legs. It's a fish tail. You feel dizzy at the sight. Maybe you're hallucinating from the stress. You try to climb out the tub to cool your head, but instead of your hand rising to brace yourself, a wet fin stretches out to plop on the rim. It's too weak to hold your weight, and you're so startled by the sight that you slip and smack your head on the side of the bathtub, passing out almost immediately. You're awake. You think, anyway. You open up your eyes and you're underwater. You must have slid beneath the surface of the bathwater. You gasp instinctively. Except not really. He's breathing just fine. A bubble simply floats out of your mouth. Up, up, up to the surface. You're broke as heck, so you know your bathtub isn't that big. Did you shrink? But how? And even if there was a reasonable answer, it wouldn't explain how you haven't drowned yet. You swim to the edge of the tub and see the truth in your shadow silhouette. You've been turned into a fish? This isn't possible. You don't get any time to ponder over this, unfortunately, because just then, a shadow looms over you from above. You look up and see the cat. It peers down at you from beyond the water surface. And then you realize, this is the answer. This is how you're meant to atone. With a heavy heart, you swim up to the surface. Meow. The cat scoops you up, tossing you out of the tub and onto the bathroom tiles. As you flop around gasping for air or water, you realize the cat wasn't alone. Well, he about to get ripped to shreds. Dozens of hungry eyes peer down at you. You can hear the yowling of what sounds like hundreds of cats outside your bathroom window. You send one last look to the cat before closing your eyes and accepting your fate. As the cats descend upon you, tearing at your flesh, you find yourself mourning the fact that you're not even big enough to feed all of them. Even in the end, you couldn't properly atone. Your efforts, your life, all of it, amounted to nothing. Ending 25, Seafood Sacrifice. Okay, this time we're gonna beg for forgiveness. Continue. I'm sorry. You collapse to your knees and bow down low as you start to earnestly beg for their forgiveness. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, I swear. I do anything to make it up to all of you, but you're out of options. Oh, that wasn't me. Okay. Suddenly, choke. Oh wait, no. There. Suddenly, you feel something stir in your stomach and swim its way up to your throat, closing off your airway as it tries to force its way out of your esophagus. It finally succeeds with aid from your helpless gagging. You. What the? Lying on the ground in front of you. Is a flopping fish. You just threw up a living fish. What the hell? The cats come rushing forward, all tearing hungrily at the fish. You're happy to finally be of help, truly. But how? You throw up another fish. And another. And another. And your stomach hurts. You're getting dizzy. You fall to your knees. Tears and snot are streaming down your face by the time you cough up a final, tiny, bloody fish and collapse forward. Your throat and stomach both burn in a way that feels dangerous. You start to fade out. Despite the pain, you strangely feel a more overwhelming sense of hopeful pride. That you've made up for your disgusting actions. That you've been forgiven. Ooh. The sound of happy cats munching away at their fish fills your ears. Then, aww, you feel, this song sounds familiar. You feel something being nudged into your hand. It feels like it's the chocolate bar you found in your pocket. You smile weakly. You've successfully atoned, but you don't really have the strength to eat your reward. Sadly, the last taste in your mouth as you leave this mortal coil doesn't get to be that of chocolate, but raw fish. Ending 24, fishing for a pardon. One more. I don't know what to do for this next one. Let's feed it. Look around. You glance around the dark, dingy alley and only see garbage bags, trash bins, empty cardboard boxes, and scattered litter here and there. If there were something for the cat to eat, surely it would have found it by now, right? But you don't want to just give up so easily. You keep looking. You look and only see garbage. You sniff and only smell garbage. You listen. Scritch, scritch? That sounds like click, click. You just barely make out the sound of faint scurrying by a trash bin a few feet away. Quietly, oh so quietly, you creep over to the bin. And it's a rat. You lunge. Yikes, dude. You weren't very graceful in your attempt. You stumbled and knocked over a stack of nearby boxes full of more trash. But as you stand up, grasped in your hand, it's a small mouse. Sorry, bruh. The mouse squeaks and shrieks in distress, wriggling and struggling desperately in your grip. You're holding it too tightly and carefully for it to be able to bite or scratch you, though. Good. It wears itself out eventually and looks up at you with black eyes. It's completely at your mercy. Spare the mouse. Feed it. The mouse looks scared, as if it can sense your intentions. It weakly starts to struggle again. The mouse is reluctant. Feed mouse to the cat. You feed the mouse to the cat. The cat tears it apart instantly. Mouse. The mouse pain squeaks and squeals pierce through you until they are abruptly cut off. Satisfied, the cat mews happily at you, red tinting its fangs. The cat curls up in its now blood-stained box and goes to sleep. You take the chance to leave. A well-fed cat will likely follow you home after all. And cute as the cat is, you really can't afford a pet right now. Still feeling a little guilty about the mouse, you decide to just go home. Are we going to turn into a mouse now? After a long walk home, you finally enter your apartment. You head straight for your room and collapse on your bed, falling into a fitful sleep. Later, you wake up. Scritch, scritch. To squeaking and scurrying noises all around you. So loud and constant, they sound like screams. In the darkness of your room. Whoa, you see the shifting shadows of hundreds of mice surrounding your bed. You try to run. Ah! But you cry out as twin lances of pain race up your legs. You fall off the bed in your attempt to escape, the hordes of mice dodging you as you crash to the ground. You can't stand up. Looking back and squinting in the dark, you just make out the source of your pain. Whoa, the flesh and tendons of your heels and ankles are mangled, bitten through your socks. No! No! Leave me alone! Desperate, you crawl with only your arms toward the door. The mice descend upon you, biting into your skin, gnawing away pieces of you. You start to fade in and out of consciousness, but you still reach up for the doorknob. Your arm heavy, weighed down by the mice clinging to it with little claws and tiny teeth. You manage to jostle the knob enough for the door to slowly swing open. Plop. Dang, all that's left of me is an arm? Oh crap, I missed that. But your outstretched arm suddenly falls to the ground, lifeless. The mouse managed to chew through the flesh and bone of your now dismembered arm. As few mice creep forward to curiously inspect your arm, you stare blankly at it for a moment before sliding your gaze up. Oh, I thought that was like a mouse head in like a weird body. In the newly opened doorway sits a familiar looking mouse. It stares at you, the darkness in its beady black eyes. You can't begin to measure their depths. Oh, snap, he mad. Nor the hatred pouring out from within them. All of it aimed at you. You collapse, head hitting the floor as your other arm is eaten away as well. You're not sure how you're still conscious. The pain should be indescribable. And yet, you just feel a cold sense of loss. The mice have clustered along your back now, gnawing and ripping their way between your shoulder blades, into your back, into your chest. You weakly cough up blood. They must have damaged something important. You feel something being pulled out of you. And in between the moments that blankets of darkness fade out of your vision. Splat. You hear something wet plop onto the ground in front of you. You pry your eyes open and see it in front of the mouse. My heart. Weirdly shaped, red with your blood and pulsing, and... oh, that's your heart. Isn't it? The other mice all descend upon it, abandoning your half-eaten body. You're losing a lot of blood. You feel sleepy, but you also feel anger. Yes, so much anger. How dare they? How dare they? The last thing you see before your vision fails you is a pair of glowing eyes leering in front of the darkness beyond the doorway. You can hear squeaks and shrieks of terror all around you. Low yowls, deep snarls, gnashing teeth, tearing flesh. As your remaining senses leave you, you smile weakly with the last of your strength, when something with soft, slightly damp and sticky fur nuzzles your cheek. Good kitty. Ending 27. Well fed. He came back for me. Alright. That was part 1 of Do Not Take This Cat Home. I do want to see what happens if I just drop it, but it's probably going to take me into the entire dialogue again until I find the mouse and then get the option to drop it or feed it to the cat again. Or maybe it'll be like I drop it, let it go, and then the cat gets mad. Oh, and then I'll drop it, let it go, leave it. Then I leave the area with the cat, and then the cat like gets angry or something, and I go, I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, that was Do Not Take This Cat Home part 1. There's still 30 more endings, but I'm gonna do them by the 10. So expect 3 more videos of this game in the future. If you like the video, well, there is no if you've made it to the ending, so you might as well give it a like. Subscribe even. You don't have to comment. Stay safe, be wary. Peace.